Hello, everybody, and welcome to Borders and Beyond. As you remember, we had created last week a video on the body language of Vladimir Putin. And as you would know, Mr. Putin has arrived to New Delhi late last night. And before the official meetings have started, we'll try to understand how different is the body language of Putin when he meets the other world leaders as compared to India. So today we're going to break down four very important behavioral signals that unfold within the first 60 seconds of his arrival. Because in diplomacy, every gesture is a message and every move is a signal, not just for India, but also for the world. This is an extremely rare for Putin. He's a man known for his controlled posture and guarded movement. He does not do this in Washington. He does not do this in Brussels. He certainly does not do this with NATO leaders, but he does it the moment he sees Modi. This single gesture tells you that Putin feels safe with India and India is not in an adversarial space for him. As he approaches Modi, Putin gestures towards him for a hug-plomacy. The second cue is even more powerful. Putin tilts forward, lifts his arm slightly, and initiates the hug himself. This is what strategic behavioral experts call hug-plomacy, the use of physical closeness to signal trust, warmth, and diplomatic closeness because Russia wants to show the world, particularly to Washington, D.C. and European Union, that India is a privileged partner, one Putin trusts at a psychological level. This is not just friendliness, it is signaling. This is very important because the entire world, particularly the US and the European Union, have made sure कि अपना सामान कहीं ना बेच सके, but India is standing with him, and this is a message that he wants to pass on the world, that he's acknowledging this gesture from Indian side. And now you see Modi is not in his usual black Range Rover. This time we are shown Toyota Fortuner. This is the most subtle yet powerful signal of all. The Prime Minister of India normally travels in a black Range Rover, India's standard for the VVIP platform. But this time, our Prime Minister chose a Toyota. And the reason is because in the last 3-4-5 दिनों में, the German ambassador, the French ambassador, and several European officials have publicly criticized India for hosting Putin and hinted that Putin should not come to India. India's response was silent, it was brilliant. And Toyota Fortuner carries the symbolism that it is not a Western luxury vehicle, it's not a European brand. It subtly rejects European political pressure. It shows India's independence in diplomatic decision making. And as you would remember what Jaishankar ji said in the past.
Europe has to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
In diplomatic language, this is called symbolic rebellions, showing the world that India will not let European narratives dictate its partnership. Then you see both Prime Minister Modi and Putin, they sit in the same car. It's a major diplomatic cue. Putin sits in the same vehicle as the Prime Minister, and this showcase that this is extremely symbolic because diplomatic protocol के हिसाब से if you're sitting in a separate car, this shows a formal distance, but in same car it showcases a personal trust and political closeness. And for a Russian president to sit next to an Indian prime minister is not just a logistic thing, it's a messaging. It is telling the world that the India Russia channel is direct, it's personal and uninterrupted. It shows comfort, familiarity, and trust built over decades of partnership. So these are not just photo ops, these are signals. Putin's body language, Modi's vehicle choice, the hug, the shared car, these are not random gestures. These are subtle cues of diplomacy where every movement is a message, every gesture is a signal, and every decision is a coded communication to the world. And right now, the message India and Russia are sending is clear. Their relationship operates on trust, comfort, and strategic independence, regardless of what Washington, Brussels, or Beijing may prefer. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.